Alright, what's going on, everybody? We got the final push day of this Macrocycle. It's going to be the same workout as last time. Incline barbell press, super ROM lateral raises, and overhead tricep extensions. So, getting pretty close to the end here. Trying to figure out what lifts I want to include in the next Macrocycle. Not sure if I want to get rid of the incline barbell bench. I think I'll probably just stick to incline pressing from now on, just to focus on developing that upper part of the pec muscle. But it's hard to decide, and I typically don't do that many exercises per session. I like to keep it to 3, 4 would be the maximum I would include. So I have to be very selective about which exercises I want and the order in which I include them. So we'll see. I'll probably post a update video about the next Macrocycle, what I'm planning. But right now, I think, let me see here. I did start going through it last night to see what we might want to do. So next week is deload, which the way I typically do that is the first 3 days, so the first Macrocycle legs push-pull, I do the same load, so same amount of weight, and what I do is I just reduce the number of sets and reps in half. And then the next Macrocycle, so the next legs push-pull, I cut the weight in half as well. And it's basically a way to get a little bit of blood flow to the area, but you're really not going to stimulate hypertrophy. It's mostly for recovery, and I don't like to just take full-on rest week just because I get a little stir-crazy, but plus I really like that time out focusing on something physical is, I don't know, for me it's very good mentally. So, that'll be the deload. Then I'm probably going to not have a gym available for Christmas, but I'll figure something out. So, looks like, yeah, I'm going to get into our first set of incline press here. Still same working weight, 110 pounds. Let's do it. Yeah, so that actually was a potentiation set, just to get ready for the actual working sets using the same weight. But yeah, just a quick little break in between. And then I'll get started on that first incline barbell press. I think, yeah, same reps as last time. It's going to be 14 on this first set. So looking at my numbers here for the results, my performance in this lift. Got 14 reps, 11 reps, 9 reps, and then whenever I did my drop set down to 105, got 8 reps on that. So I actually did lose a rep for the second and third set compared to the last Macrocycle, which makes sense because we're at 0 IR. I mean, I'm 5 weeks into a, increasingly more difficult program. So adding weight, adding reps, getting closer to failure every time. So fatigue is just accumulating to pretty much the highest point it'll be before we do that deload. So gonna get in that second set. Nice. So, like I was saying, for the next Macrocycle, trying to figure out which exercises I want to put in there. And I think what I ended up settling on last night is, for this push day at least, lower body, leg day, I'm just going to leave the same because the stimulus to fatigue ratio, which is how beat up and how much stimulation I get from the exercise. And the other part of that ratio is fatigue, how damaging it is, how much it destroys me. And high bar back squat and straight leg deadlifts, and even reverse Nordics, because there's no super duper heavy load. They're all really great. So I'm probably going to keep those the same. And then I'll tell you about the push day after this set. Right, so as I was saying, push day coming up. I'm going to start it off with an overhead press. So it's going to be more of a shoulders focused push day. So starting with the overhead press, and the reason I say that is because whatever exercise you put first in your program, that you're the freshest. You have the most energy. You have, you're not super pumped, you're not all tired, you don't have a bunch of metabolites accumulating in the musculature. So that exercise, you're going to be able to give the best stimulus to those muscles. So overhead press first, and then after the set, we'll get into the other exercises. So there goes that drop set, 105 pounds. And then we are setting up here for the Super ROM lateral raises. So as I was saying, that overhead press will be first, shoulder focused, and that is a strict press. So unracking the bar, having it, resting on the upper chest, and then just strictly pressing it up. You guys will see when I do the exercise, but especially when you control the eccentric on an overhead press like that, your shoulders will be on fire. So that's the first exercise of it, and then after the set, we'll get into the rest of them. All right, 19 spicy reps later. Finish that first set of lateral raises. So, push day coming up. Overhead press first. Next, dumbbell bench press. Now, I know a lot of folks don't like to do flat bench just because the lower pec is easier to develop and the upper is usually lagging behind, but I figure the overhead press will probably involve quite a bit of that upper pec muscle, and then flat bench will finish off the rest of the fibers in there, is my thinking on it. We're going to do slightly heavy load on those, 8 to 12 reps. So after this next set of lateral raises, I'll tell you about the rest of it. That's the second set of laterals. So I do want to mention, I actually picked up a rep in this workout. Maybe my shoulders were just feeling a little better, or I don't know what it was, but the last 2 sessions on push day, I was only doing 18 reps for these Myo rep match sets. But I was able to get 19, which was my previous number that I would get to. And these are different. These are kind of difficult to gauge with reps in reserve because I typically go to failure on every set. And if you're doing Myo rep match, it's going to be to failure. So let's get in that last set. Yeah, eke out some long length partials there at the end. I figure why not? It's my last chance for shoulder hypertrophy for at least a week. Write down my numbers there, and then I'll get warmed up for overhead tricep extensions. And so back to that, the future plans here for this macrocycle. It's overhead press, dumbbell bench press, then overhead tricep extensions. Focus on the triceps, as the name implies. And then I'm going to finish it out with dumbbell flies. Now, the last time I did dumbbell flies, I did not enjoy it. I don't know if maybe I was doing too much other volume, and so I was kind of like not connecting with the pec or what it was. There was no burn. It just kind of hurt my shoulders and my elbow. So I'm going to give it another go, see if I can figure it out. I like to give new exercises at least 3 or 4 sessions to figure out if they're going to be good. But speaking of being good, let's be good and do this first set of tricep extensions.
Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Peace off.
Boom. Tricep extensions done. Also, I do want to mention, please don't mind the clutter there. I'm in the process of cleaning out my garage, trying to get everything reorganized, so a little bit messy. I was trying not to, blast too much trash into frame. I don't know, I might blur it out, but that's kind of weird. Make it look like there's like something illegal on the side, but looks like we're going to get into that final set of tricep extensions.
Peace off. Peace off.
Oh man. Last set of tricep extensions done, and then I adjust the weight there up to my, like I said yesterday, during leg day, I was so smoked from everything that I pushed the calf raises to today, so that's what I'm doing over there right now. Do that first set of calf raises. What a long set, my goodness. 29 reps takes quite a long time, and it burns very, very bad on the calves. So I've done this before where I've had to move the calf raises to push day, and I think the way I did it this time is better, just doing it at the end, because last time I did it before the incline press, and it felt so weird having big pumped up calves trying to press. So let's do that final set of the workout, the calf raises. All right, and with the end of those calf raises, we complete our last push day of the Macrocycle. And this was, let me see, a 5-week Macrocycle. So this is the 5th week of what's called accumulation, accumulating fatigue, accumulating muscle. Hopefully that would be the goal. And as long as, I do track my food, so as long as you're eating hypercaloric and you're stimulating muscle growth, you should be growing muscle. So that's going to be it, guys. Throw up some stats here, give a little smile, and hope y'all have a good one.